This is my setup, how I breed the betta fish. You take a jar, you put the female in it, and you're going to put that in the center. I do about an hour till they notice each other. And I'll turn the light off, and he'll make his bubble nest underneath the cup. And I cut it at a slant. And I totally submerge it so there's no air in it, and you can tell when it's up in the air that he has it full of the bubbles. If you notice the lines, that first line is how far it's out of the water, and now it's almost all the way out of the water, so those bubbles are all up underneath there. Then I release the female. They say to put her over away from the male so she has time to get used to it, but this is the second time, same setup, so she knows where she's at. They're hanging out, getting to know each other. And he'll hang around her until they go into the embrace. He'll gather up all the eggs, take them over to the nest. And when you see him not worrying about her and she's swimming around over on the other side, then you know that they're done. At that time, you remove the female out. There's a little baby there from last time. Hey buddy, what are you doing? This is a jar of my green water with a lot of Amphistorium in there swimming around. And then a couple little baby bettas in there feeding off of them. I wanted to make a video from start to finish, but it never seems to work out that way. The pH of the water coming out of the faucet is around 6.5, and the tank water is around 7.5. So I do 3/4 of the water from out of the tanks, and the rest is from the tap water. And you can add almond leaves in there. I used to put in oak leaves, as long as you get them somewhere that they don't spray weed killer or pesticides. In the fall, you can pick them up out of your yard. Pick the nicer leaves that aren't nasty looking, and wash them off real lightly. And you can let them dry, store them in a paper bag. And you can breed bettas all winter long. Make sure you have plenty containers for them. This last spawn, this pair, was well over 100 babies. And I took 90% of them out of here, and that was well over 100. And there's still little stragglers in here. Right there's one. And they don't seem to bother the babies. The babies swim right next to them, up alongside of them. Oh, now they're chasing each other. This is a time where I walk away for a good hour, because I don't know if they're gonna act up because I'm here, but it seems like a watched pot never boils. So I walk away, and I'll come back and check it out in about an hour. Now the cup is completely out of the water, and he's staying right underneath the nest. So I took the female out and wait a day or two till you start seeing the little ones swimming around the cup, and then you'll remove the male. At this point, you're going to be leaving the light on 24 hours a day. That way he can see if any of the eggs fall out of the nest and put them back up in it. This is day 2. The cup is a good 1/4 inch out of the water now, and he's staying underneath there, watching for any eggs falling down so we can put them back up in the bubble nest. Still haven't seen the little ones swimming around yet, so I'm going to let him in there for another day, check up on him in the morning. Hope this was helpful. Breed your own betta fish.